Hello, my name is Adela Pr del Viso, and I am the teacher of this Diplomatura en Inglés Jurídico para Derechos Humanos in Spanish. And well, thank you all for being here, including our students, star students from Switzerland, Dr. Clement. In Switzerland, it's very late, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 11:15.
Oh,
So
poor.
it's almost tomorrow.
It's almost tomorrow. Well,
Yes.
okay. Thank you for being here. Okay. Today we have prepared some material related to the Diplomatura and the platform, the virtual classroom, and some authentic material related to legal English in international documents, and also at the final part, this document related to Geoffrey Robertson, who is an author, who is a lawyer, working as a barrister at international courts in the European Court of Justice and other courts. Okay, I have to be attentive to the people who
I'm sorry. I need to ask.
Yes.
I need to ask you. The WhatsApp group. It's
Yes.
only Diplomatura, or
No.
is for Seminario too?
There's one WhatsApp group. There's one WhatsApp group for the Diplomatura and another WhatsApp group for the Seminario.
Okay, because I see in the WhatsApp group scream about a segment, and I a segment, and
Yes,
I don't see in the classroom this assignment. I don't know.
No, but it is there. I will show you. That's one part of my explanation today.
Okay.
I will
sorry.
show you. I will show you that. Nico here. Nico is coming. Okay. I don't know, Fabricio, do you know Nicolás Anglada?
No, it sounds familiar name, but
Yes, from San Luis.
yeah, I know, but during this last year and a half, I met so many people that I don't remember.
Okay.
Not so many people, but yeah, his name sounds really familiar to me.
Yes, you will see him now because he's a young lawyer, and he's my. I am the associate to the one subject called public international law, and Nico is also an associate, just like me, and we are working at there. You can see his face now, Fabricio.
Hello.
Hello, Nico. Do you know Fabricio Clement?
Yeah, now I
Yes,
realize
I know.
who he is.
I know
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm late, just for a few minutes.
Okay. You know, Nico, Fabricio is in Switzerland now.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
love the cut. I love the
Lucky
cut.
you.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Yes.
I have two friends
there.
Yes, I have two friends. They are working in informatic engineer.
Okay, excellent.
In Switzerland, for the banks of Switzerland.
Okay, but I think that Fabricio is studying there. Are you, Fabricio?
No, I'm living. I'm just having
okay.
like a normal life. So right away in this moment, I'm having like a normal life, like a normal job, everyday job, and I'm also studying German. So I take the opportunity to have this course to improve or to keep my English on, because I'm living in 2 or 3 different languages all the day long, and my English, it's going really bad because of the similarities, not with the German. So I need to improve my English in order to have my C2 level, maybe.
Okay, excellent.
And also there in Switzerland, they speak a own language that is like the Catalan language, but it's
No.
the Switzerland language.
No, in Switzerland there are 4 official languages. It's more
2.
of them. No, 4 official languages. Yeah.
French,
It's
German.
French, German, Italian, and Romantic. Romantic is just like a deaf tongue. Nobody here speaks that. Just the really old people. It's just an official language. Nobody uses that. The young people do not use that. So nobody cares about that. But mostly it's German, French, and obviously English. Everybody knows English here.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. Just a second. They say that they cannot record, but I don't know why. No te encuentro, Daniela, como integrante. Y Tomás ha entrado con el usuario Tomás Costanzo 11, que tendría que haber entrado como el otro usuario. Por favor. Okay. So, sorry for inconvenience. They need to record and they can't. And well, so today we are going to deal with the introduction of the Diplomatura. We have been going through 2 different introductory lessons, but they were introductory. So today is officially the introduction of the course. So I will try to share screen. Are you seeing this light blue PPT?
Yes.
Okay. So, Diplomatura en Inglés Jurídico para Derechos Humanos, primera clase oficial. Okay. You know that this is the logo of ETIG. ETIG es Equipo de Trabajo en Inglés Jurídico. Is our group.
Okay.
The group was born more or less in 2012 when we gathered with another teacher called Mauricio Muñoz Luna. Mauricio Muñoz Luna is with me is the founder of the ETIG. And well, the idea is to share impressions between in a joining group between a lawyer and a linguist or a language teacher. So we are Adela Pr del Viso, Daniela Alejandra Zavala, and Tomás Costanzo. I wanted to show you the table of contents or programa of this Diplomatura first. This table of contents is already uploaded to the platform, to the virtual classroom. So every time we will have 6 units. Every unit is divided into 2 parts. The first part is the content part. The second part is the legal English part, the language part. I'm seeing whether you can enter or not, or sorry, it's difficult. So the first part is content, the second part is legal English, yes? So in unit 1, we will have these introductory matters, such as the UDHR, which is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And we have this text called the UDHR Perspectives, the description of the International Court of Justice. And then we have some linguistic analysis of some texts, such as legal English general rules. We have been talking about these legal English general rules in the first introductory lesson. So this is the second part. No, this is unit 2. So unit 1, and then we move on to 2. Unit 2, weeks 3 and 4. So we have passed the first 2 official weeks. Sorry, admit. Okay. So in unit 2, we are going to deal with International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, ICESCR, and the ICCPR. Those are documents that are connected with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. All of those documents are called the Bill of Rights. And in this part, we are going to deal with criminal law. Some of you asked me to talk about some features of criminal law. So in this part, Article 14 of the ICCPR, so we are going to deal with some bits of criminal law. Ah, me dice, no te preocupes, menos mal, ya está. Well, rights and obligations under the treaties, the minimum standards, no derogation articles, the minimums, o sea, serían los, como le decimos los abogados, las normas subsidiarias, las que quedan, las que no pueden ser derogadas. No derogation articles, legal detention procedure, rules and exceptions, and some protocols that are part or are attached to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, or the ICCPR, the protocols. We study that in international public law, public international law. I don't know whether they want to, okay. Features of legal English, compound words. Then, you know, there's some legal English involved there. Features of legal English, compound words, compound, archaic modifiers. Then we will study a case brief. I love doing case briefs because they are so synthetic and they are a good way to show a case, very synthetic way. So I teach that in Spanish in our classroom of public international law to do a case brief, how to write a case brief. Well, this is unit 2, weeks 3 and 4. Then we will see unit 3. So we are more or less at the second month. Unit 3, weeks 5 and 6. So the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. So the CEDAW Convention. Rights of women, women's rights. The contents of CEDAW, the optional protocol of CEDAW, and some principles such as non-discrimination, state obligation, substantive equality, content analysis. So content analysis, and then legal English. Again, legal English expressions such as boilerplate clauses, some legal Latin involved in the CEDAW Convention, the glass ceiling. The glass ceiling. Have you seen an anecdote together in Argentina where one future judge was asked what glass ceiling was, and he didn't know what glass ceiling was, and he said anything else. So glass ceiling is a concept related to women's rights. So we are going to study that in English, legal English expression. And then unit 4, weeks 7 and 8, the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, the apartheid, the recitals of the ICERD, race and ethnicity, eugenics, the context of this convention, racism, apartheid, and the Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. And then as a video analysis in order to foster listening skills, we will listen to I Have a Dream, and we will analyze and have an activity related to I Have a Dream by Martin Luther King, this speech that is so famous. And then the Nuremberg laws and acts, more or less, not laws, the Nuremberg acts. And the Yogyakarta principles. You know, any of you, do you know what Yogyakarta principles are? I'm asking you whether.
No.
No?
No, I'm not
me.
familiar with it.
No, Yogyakarta. Yogyakarta, and you, Nico?
I do.
Who knows?
That's me, Angeles.
Okay,
I've read it.
Tell me.
It's about all rights, people's rights for education, for clothes, all basic needs, basically, against discrimination.
Okay, but particularly related to which kind of people or which collective people, group of people?
Well, I read it a long time ago. I think it's for all people. That's why I understood.
Well, first of all, that in week 7. So, but okay. A hint. First of all, Yogyakarta relates to gay people. LGTB, LGBTQ plus group of people. And it's not a convention, it's not an obligation to fulfill the Yogyakarta principles, but they are principles. And they say that all these people have the right to be educated, to study, to work in an equal condition, not to be discriminated in any way, and to have a family, to vote, to have children, etc. All of these are principles that are expressed in the Yogyakarta principles. Okay, tautología. Well, and they are not so old. I think that they don't have more than 10 years or less. And well, they are principles. So they are called soft law. Soft law is a kind of law that is not properly law. It's not mandatory, but it has some legitimacy because of what it says. Well, and we're going to deal with linguistic analysis, features of legalese. Legalese is legal English. Legalese is legal English. Is the jargon of lawyers. That's legalese. Features of legalese. Well, and then apart from that, Unit 5, Convention. This Unit 5 is all related to rights of the child. And we are going not only to deal with the Rights of the Child's Convention, but also to deal with other conventions, all related to children. So the Convention of the Rights of the Child, the preamble of CRC, Convention of the Rights of the Child, the optional protocol on the sale of children, that's another convention. Optional protocol on the sale of children, child prostitution, child pornography, the CRC, the Convention on the Rights of the Child webpage, the UN webpage for acronyms, and explains acronyms. So we are going to analyze child rights discourse analysis. We have a handbook on the optional protocol of the rights of the child. And we are going to analyze the Hague, this is another convention, the Hague Child Abduction Convention. The Hague Convention webpage that is related to the. Any of you know what the Hague Convention is? Lawyer, any of you?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Well, the Hague Convention is in fact a type of convention that we don't study in public international law because it influences private law, and it is related to the case in which the father or the mother kidnaps the children and take the children out of the country or anywhere, but out of the country because you need a convention. So that's the Hague Convention, and so it regulates the cases in which whether two countries have signed the convention, they are able to ask for the return of the children to the place where they have been taken from. That's the Hague Convention. The ILO Convention, the ILO means OIT, yes? ILO Convention, and it relates to the work of children. That's another convention related to children. And we are going to study all of that related to children in Unit 5. I think that Unit 5 goes on, the Vienna Convention of the Law treaties, because it relates to the treaties that we have been dealing with. And now the language in use, the legal English involved. Semantics of the verb shall in legal discourse. I think that whether some of you are translators, shall is studied a lot, I think, because I have a friend who is a translator, and he used to tell me things about the verb shall. So the verb shall is particularly related to legal English. Semantics of the verb shall in legal discourse uses meanings of ing forms in legal English, lexical items related to conventions and offenses against children, Argentinian reserve in the CRC, the Convention of the Rights of the Child, and developing your writing skills. Linguistic analysis, legal English actions in relations to the conventions, so verbs, ratify, to access, to denounce, to reserve, to sign, amend. So All of these types of verbs we're going to study and practice in Unit 5. Finally, Unit 6, the 2 final weeks, the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and its optional protocol, American with Disabilities Act. This is an internal act, internal act in the United States related to people with disabilities, some historical background, and what are these disability rights, some texts to analyze, the Inter-American Convention on the Rights of Older Persons, because I relate older persons with disabled people. So I relate older person with the disabled, because in this case, the Inter-American Convention on the Rights of Older Persons has recently been admitted in our system, in our legal system, and it has been admitted in our legal system as part of our constitution with the same hierarchy. So that's the Inter-American Convention on the Rights of Older Persons. We have reached Unit 6, and then after that, we will have some tutorial period. It means that you will be invited to write an essay with a minimum of at least 6 pages. You can do that in group. And this is a segment towards the TF, the final work. We will teach you or provide you with some rules related to citation and coherence, cohesion. You will have the service of having your work revised by us in order to improve your writing. Then you will submit the final work, and then we will publish your final work as part of a book. In 2019, we finished all our work, all the final works, and we joined all the final works in a book. This is the book. It's available as part of Juris. Let's see whether it works or not. We will see. Let's see. Editorial Juris. Then, are you seeing that Editorial Juris or not? Tell me. Are you seeing that, the book in Juris?
Yes. Yes.
The blue book.
Yes, I can.
Okay, this is the book. This is the book and has been published, and I think it has páginas, 147. It has 147 pages. Then nowadays we are preparing the second book with the work of the 2020, the past year web studies, and the book is called Women and International Rights, I think. Let's see. Go back, please. I don't know how to go back now. Oh,
interesting.
Interesting.
Mm.
Yes, but I cannot go back. How can I go back, please? Let's see. I will stop sharing, and then I go back again here. Again here. Sorry. Here I was. Well, again, I'm here again. So the idea is that we will publish our work as a book. For instance, this year, because I don't have any time available to work, I have asked one of the students to prepare the book. So she will be the author of the book, because I can't. I don't have any time. But she's preparing she has to join all the works into a whole book. The fact, in order to do that, I have to propose a topic that is, one topic is related to the others as chapters of a book. And I will organize your works as in order to be chapters of this one only and whole book to be published next year. Yes? Okay. Last year, as I said, last year the works were related to women and their rights and law. Está hablando, Morfis. Si pudieran apagar el... Ahí está. Last year it was women and their rights under international law, girls and the rights of the Child Convention and Convention Against Human Trafficking. So that was last year. The book is going to be, I don't know the name yet, but the book is related to this topic. So this year I will have to think of a topic that will relate all your works in order to have one book to be published. Okay. So you know that Juris is a famous publishing house from Rosario. And the thing is that I am able to publish in Microjuris, Herreyo, many of them. But the thing is that they don't publish in English, but Juris does. That's why I had to choose Juris, and they were kind enough to publish it. And it's available for free. Well, the thing is that all of you will have one chapter to cite in your curriculum vitae. Okay, so because it has the ISBN, etc. Okay, and well, the thing is that with this Diplomatura, you have you will have the publication of your work, and it has a resolution of the university's directory. I sent you the resolution today, but some people say that they cannot open the file. I will post it again inside the virtual classroom. Okay. So that's the part related to the Diplomatura project. Now, I will go on. I will move on to the virtual classroom, the description of this virtual classroom. The virtual classroom is called WALAP. WALAP is one kind of Moodle system. Okay. So.
Adela, I'm sorry. If I want to continue with course between I want take 12 exam, for example, I can continue with you, no?
Yes, well,
with seminario. In the second.
Yes. Yes, I have offered to you. I have offered to you, all of you, lawyers, accountants, and the students of them. I don't want to have proficient people in English better than me in the other course, because if not, they are shy and they don't want to talk. You know that's the thing. Lawyers usually don't have the best level of English. So
yes,
if they can hear that many people talk a lot and better than them, they are not going to talk. That's why the seminar is only related to lawyers or accountants, for instance. But I have offered you to join the second part of the seminar, but this is not part of this discussion. The second part of the seminar en el segundo módulo, the second module. Okay.
Yes, of course.
I will try to show you the virtual classroom now. Are you seeing the virtual classroom?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Have you entered?
Yes.
I can.
No.
I can see all material, and I can
Download
all yes, all articles.
Well,
only one zip. It's difficult understand, but
yes, but the others
alone
not,
one.
Yes,
one.
they are at the level that you need. I think they are not so difficult. I have taken care of that.
Hay un zip, Adela, disculpa, que tiene muchos documentos.
Pero he sacado un montón de cosas hoy. No sé si lo han visto.
Fíjate porque lo descargué recién. Ya te digo cómo se denomina el zip. Hay dos zips.
Well, this document, Human Rights Basics in zip form.
Yes. Ese tiene un montonazo de archivos.
You skip that. Please, skip that. You just remain with human rights basics because it's the same in zip, but the zip form is made up of some attached documents. But you only need human rights basics. Just that. I will. You should skip that, and I will erase that in order not to have any problems. Okay. The zip.
Okay.
Okay.
The zip contain a lot of articles,
but
with
don't pay attention to that.
pictures and code.
Okay, but don't pay attention to that. You only pay attention to human rights basics, which is long enough. You
Okay.
have to study that. So, okay, more or less. No, don't worry. View. Admit.
I have a question.
Yes. Yes, tell me.
Okay. And in the file, human rights basic,
Yes.
there's a text,
Yes.
and then some questions in the text.
Well, the
But
questions
I don't know if we have to
they're not-
answer or it's just
No, it's just a way to have you thinking of that and reflecting on that.
okay.
Because
Okay, we only have to do what is in assignments.
assignment, yes, assignment is the keyword here.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So
Yes, like
yes, tell me.
yes, like our homework.
Yes, that's a homework. Excellent. Ah, you're right. Some of you told me that Guía Estudio is only one, and you're right. I saw that I uploaded 3. Well, okay, I will upload the 3 audios that I need. Okay, so the idea here was to upload 3 audios, but apparently I only uploaded 1. So then I will upload it.
Sorry,
More. Hello.
I have to go out the class because I have to go to the doctor.
Okay, go there and be safe, please. Okay.
Next to the class.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you. See you soon. Hay una alumna que entró tarde, que no sé cómo. Ay, ¿por qué? Sorry. I will see that. No,
Hi, Adela.
dice, hay una chica que dice, no puedo entrar, pero no veo ninguna para admitir. Así que bueno. Okay. So in this, I'm worried because I will explain the virtual classroom and neither Fabricio nor Dr. Serrano Diaz have entered
Adela.
virtual classroom. Yes, tell me. Jimena, you are there now.
Sorry. No. Yes. I know that this is not my classroom. I have to go to the other room.
Who are you?
This is human rights.
Yes, this is human rights.
Natalia.
You are in human rights or in
seminario? No, in seminario. So
okay.
How can I get out from here and go to the other classroom?
Okay, I will see. What's your name, please? Again, sorry. Tell me.
Natalia Mira.
Natalia
Mira.
Natalia dice acá. Ok, Natalia.
Me too, Ade. I'm Jimena.
Sí, Jimena, te veo Jimena. Mataría. Bueno, ya le vamos a agarrar la mano a esto de las salas. Pido 1000 disculpas. A ver acá.
No hay problema.
¿Cómo se hace esto? Podría ser tan fácil. Ya vamos, tenemos que ensayar. Tendría que ser un clic.
Creo que es porque estás compartiendo pantalla.
Ah, eso debe ser. Bueno, vamos a stop share. Y acá, capaz
Ahí
que
está.
ahora sí. Bueno, y ahora, Natalia. Te veo en Natalia. Y ahora.
Me tenés que mandar al otro lado.
Sí, te tengo que mandar al otro lado. En el buen sentido del término. A ver. More.
Echando gente.
¿Cómo?
Echando gente, digo, de la clase.
Echando gente, tal cual. Pero no lo... Me voy a matar. Tengo eso lo hacemos al principio, les cuento. Hicimos lo que pudimos. ¿Va? Porque hoy nos olvidamos de hacer pensamos que iban a estar las 3 rooms y no estaban. Bueno, vamos de nuevo. Jime, sí. No sé.
Ade, igual te cuento que arriba nos aparece un cartel azul que dice el hospedador ha iniciado sesiones de grupo pequeño, por favor espera a ser asignado. O sea que debe ser un botón que debes tener que apretar.
Sí, pero...
Pero,
Entonces es Natalia y Jimena, ¿no es cierto?
sí. Sí.
Hola Adela, ¿cómo estás?
¿Quién es? Cecilia, el aquí.
Soy Ceci.
Hello, hello Cecilia. Acá hay una
Entré un
chica
poco
Nadia.
tarde, pero pues tuve un accidente.
Oh, bueno.
Escúchame Adela, yo soy en seminario 1, ¿estoy bien en el grupo?
No,
No,
bien. Entonces,
Cecilia tiene que estar
Melaki,
con nosotros también.
Melaki, Jime y Natalia. Vamos a ver si me esperen un segundo, le voy a pedir a Tomás, que está arriba, a ver si él puede subirlo. Un segundo. Ok, para seminario 1 van a crear una aula, ahora, una llamada por Google Meet y nos avisan. Y se van a ir todos, seminario 1, para allá. Que de acá hay 3 chicas, ¿no es cierto? Aguanten un cachito que van a crear la llamada de Google Meet y ahí se la llevan. Para allá.
Adela, ¿nosotros nos vamos nomás?
No, las de diplomatura que se queden.
Bien, nosotros esperamos en el Google Meet, entonces nos vamos
Sí,
entonces.
sí, sí. A ver, le vamos a decir acá. Chicas de seminario 1.
Bueno, listo, chao, chao.
Esperen, ya va.
Buen fin de...
Ahora, Daniela va a crear una llamada en Google Meet, y las va a llamar ahí, a Google Meet, en seminario 1. Ahí está.
Ok.
Veremos.
Okay.
Resulta. Sorry for the inconvenience. I will go on, and then...
No problem.
Oh, no, there's a problem. Okay. So I was here. I was explaining about the book and the idea of publishing a book, having the book published, and in juris. And it will be public and for free, and you will have the opportunity to cite and quote the ISBN in your CV. Okay. Then that's last year topic, women's, and then this you will have 120 hours certified by the university as a diplomatura. Okay, that's it. Then the virtual classroom, and I was explaining to you the usage of this virtual classroom. Yes. So instead of that, I wanted to show you. In the first unit, you will have an audio guide, and the thing is that there were going to be 3 audio guides, and I only have 1, but I will upload the 2 that are missing. And that's the enlace in Google Meet, en el grupo de WhatsApp. Las que quieran ir al grupo de WhatsApp, ahí está en el Google Meet Daniela. ¿Pueden? Las de seminario, por favor. ¿Se habrán ido? Se habrán ido. Okay. Then, so unit 0 is the practical issues, and it is related practical issues, course description, course regulations, the syllabus, and our curriculum vitae. Daniela Alejandra Zavala Costanzo y yo, Pérez de Viso. So there's one tema de, cuando dice tema de debate, un tema de debate, one forum, this is a forum, and there you have to introduce yourself in this tema de debate. That's one of the assignments. First assignment is to introduce yourself in the virtual classroom. Siempre pasa eso en todas las virtual classroom. Es medio como aburrido, siempre cuando uno entra en un curso nuevo, tiene que poner, soy fulano, hago tal cosa, no. Well, that's your assignment now. And another assignment is you have to upload your picture, your photo of your face, and that's another assignment. Okay. So, again, so this is the first week, this is the photo, and now I'm going to explain this assignment related to human rights basics. So skip the human rights basics in zip form. That part, I'm going to erase that, okay? The only thing that remains is human rights basics, which is a document more or less of 20 or 30 pages. I have prepared that. I'm the author, I know. The thing is that I have copy and paste from many other sources in order to have a safe and very good English there. So it explains many things that I'm going to tackle now. Human rights basics. And there's one assignment related to human rights basics, and the assignment should be posted in the UDHR articles forum. You will have to prepare the assignment. It's 2 or 3 paragraphs, I don't know. It's very easy, but you post it in the forum. That's the second assignment, okay? And then another thing, this is the document that I have told you about, the human rights document. This is the index, human rights introductions, consequences, the Bill of Human Rights, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and other covenants, and the basic tenets. One legal English term here is tenets. Tenets are the bits, the more important bits of a law or principles is tenets. Human rights basic tenets, yes? And then this is the second page, I think. Some background, the emergence of the concept of human rights. You may see there, who can tell me what can I see at the bottom of the page?
Blackboard, yes, point 2, human rights consequences.
Where it says some background, the emergence of the concept of human rights. There, can't you see a picture of people?
Yes, claro.
Yes,
number 3.
Que no sé cómo se dice.
Number 3. Number 3.
Number 3, yeah. Some background.
Some background, yes. They're slaves.
Yes, they are slaves.
Slaves.
Where are they?
In sale, on sale, I think.
Yes, they are on sale, excellent, and they're in a market.
Yes.
Yes,
oh
they
my
are
God.
selling them. Apparently, what can you see? There's a man there, a woman, and
A baby.
A child, a baby child.
Yes.
A baby. Yeah.
And they are splitting apart a family, probably.
Yes.
You know? So it says more or less that the emergence of the concept of human rights is not just in the 20th century. It comes from probably the 19th century, the discussion on race, discrimination, and slavery. So then you're going to see all of this topic developed in this unit 1 in this document called Human Rights Basics. So, but then it evolved because then you have the First World War and the Second World War. And who can read, please?
I can read, Adela.
Okay, Luis. Excellent.
Okay.
Luis, please.
Nevertheless, injustifiable atrocities were committed during World War II.
Yes.
And it was clear that previous efforts to secure individual rights were inadequate. It was necessary to adopt globally recognized instruments to ensuring these values. Thus was born the Universal Declaration of Human Rights as part of the emergency of the United Nations. Emergence. The
UDHR.
UDHR and other instruments conform the Bill of Human Rights.
So the UDHR, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and two other documents that are called ICCPR and ICSCR, que en español es, no sé en español, no me sale en español. So they are the International Covenants on Civil and Political Rights, that's one, and International Covenants on ICCSI, the Economic and Social Rights. So they are all part of the Bill of Human Rights. Okay. So the Bill of Human Rights, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and here you have the Bill of Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights and International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, and International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, ICSTR. The UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, was the first international document that spelled out the basic civil, political, economic, social, and cultural rights that all human beings should enjoy. Well, you know that I was talking about the 19th century. In the 19th century, there were discussions related to slavery, freedom, or I don't know. But no person said that there were human rights. There were general rights that should be respected, even though you don't have any act or covenant related to them, just because you have a human person there, you have to respect their rights. That idea sprang out in the 20th century after I think that after the Second World War. Okay, because the atrocities that were committed during the Shoah, the Holocaust, were so obvious and so undeniable that all of that led to the Human Rights Declaration. The UN General Assembly ratified the declaration unanimously on December 10th, 1948. Well, okay. All of this is in this document that you have to download and more or less study. I don't want you to study by heart, but just read it at least. So in the UDHR, you have the right to life, equality, security, freedom from slavery, freedom from arbitrary arrest and detention, freedom of movement and residence, due process of law. All of this is legal English, you know. Freedom of opinion and expression, freedom of association, assembly, right to safe and healthy working conditions, right to form trade unions and to strike. All of this is related to employment law. And Luis Serrano Diaz and I, we met because of employment law, Luis, you know? So all of this is related to employment law and labor law. Then we will try to study the differences between labor law and employment law. I will tell you. Well, right to education and right to health. All of this is enshrined, remember the term enshrined, in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Then we will study, well, you know that there are 9 core, international core means important, more important, it's like the heart. It's the core international human rights treaties. All of that, I think that more or less the 9 core international human rights treaties, we are going to study them during this table of contents, during this Diplomatura. Well, and then you have the non-binding declarations, such as the Shoya Carta that I told you about. This is soft law, it's a kind of law, it's a kind of covenant, and that is non-mandatory, and it's a declaration. Then it is important because of what it says. Principles for protection of all persons under any form of detention. For instance, the older persons declaration. This is a declaration. It's not a covenant, so it's not mandatory, but it's important. For instance, in a lawsuit here in Argentina, you may quote the United Nations principles of other persons, even though it's not mandatory. It's important because the United Nations said that another one, the standard minimum rules for the treatment of prisoners. So, well, yes, tell me, please. Where are you? I cannot see you. Who is? Please. Te corto.
No, I take a mistake.
Okay.
Take play in the video in the platform.
No te preocupes. Okay. So all of this is on the platform, is on the virtual classroom. In Unit 1, in Unit 1, I have uploaded this thing, a whole book called El Inglés Jurídico. No, it's not the whole book, it's chapter 5 by Álvarez Baró. This is nice for the teachers and the translators. El Inglés Jurídico by Álvarez Baró is something that is basic for legal English because it explains in Spanish how legal English works. Some glossary related to false friends. Can any one of you explain again what false friends are, please?
They are words that seems to seem a word, but it's not.
Okay, because they're transparent, you know? They are transparent. For instance, magistrate. The term magistrate is a false friend. It's a legal.
Seems to be a judge, but it's not a judge.
Yes,
right.
Or not the same type of judge.
Yes. Magistrate, it's a kind of judge, but
yes,
not any judge.
Less important.
Right?
Not, for instance, it's not. Maybe he's not a lawyer. He's a kind of judge, juez de paz.
Wow.
Like the juez de paz. He's a kind of judge that may be a lay person, not a lawyer. But for us in Argentina, magistrado is somebody that is quite important. Probably is una persona que es miembro de la Cámara. That's magistrado.
And it's always a lawyer.
Yes, and it's always a person who is a lawyer. Yes. So all of this is uploaded in the platform, and then I have prepared an activity. It is 7+7. I have prepared an activity related to an authentic material. Let's see whether I can show you that. Okay, let's see. Sorry. No, esto no. Bajémoslo. Sorry for that.
Then you sent us this PPT.
Yes, and it will be uploaded to the platform, to the virtual classroom.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, of course. Not so important.
In English, I can take notes in same time classes.
Okay.
I need to take notes them.
Okay.
After class.
Okay. Yes, but you may repeat all these concepts by watching again this movie, this important movie that we are recording here, or whether seeing the PPT.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Here I have an activity that is related to what is called authentic material. You know that in the profesorado, we studied that we have different means to teach and things to teach. And sometimes there are authentic material to show. For instance, authentic material would be whether if I'm in front of a class, in front of a group in a classroom, and I show a flower and I say, this is a flower, or this is a book, this is authentic. So in this case, we are through Zoom. So I will show you an authentic material, but it's uploaded on the net. So in this case, it is a web page that is called Advocates for Justice and Human Rights. and we are going to try to discover some features of legal English here. Who can read? Fabricio, would you like to read it?
Yeah, just what is there in the screen?
Yes, please.
Yeah, various types of remedies. Remedies for ESC rights violation, as well as any human rights violation, are aimed at achieving justice and repairing injuries for the victims of such violations. In some instances, the remedy may consist in the requirement of the state to adopt measures that lead to changes in law, policies, or practices, the impact of which reaches well beyond the individual victim in a particular case. However, as highlighted through this guide, remedies for ESC rights violation does not always necessitate systemic remedies with remedies with so far-reaching policy or legal reforms and with significant budgetary implications. Nonetheless, the remedial phase of ESC rights adjudication will typically be important for clarifying the measures that have to be taken to realize these rights more generally.
Okay, this is a web page which is related to the International Commission of Jurists. So it's a group of jurists. So it's international, and mind that at the left part above it says English, Spanish, French, and Russian. Probably is in Europe. And what I wanted to highlight here is that it relates to human rights violations, firstly, and it has many different features of legal English. Who can tell me some word that that is significant as regards legal English here?
Well, first of all, violations.
Violations, yes, it's quite clear and quite transparent. Anyone else?
What? Excuse me. What is ESC?
I don't know. I don't know, but I had skipped that because I thought that it was not important. But now I can see.
Okay.
Okay, but I will get into that later.
No, it's okay.
I think that it could be European something. Probably some kind of regulation, but I will see into it. The thing is that it's rights, ESC rights violations. So there are some rights that come from this regulation that is called ESC. That I will get into that later.
Okay.
But the thing is that I need that you point at some legal English features.
Okay. Other word could be victims.
Victims, yes, is another transparent word, yes.
Yes.
Some other terms?
Justice.
Justice, yes, transparent word again.
Remedy.
Well, that one. What is remedy for you?
It's any kind of reparación. I don't know.
Okay, remedies.
I just found on the internet what is ESC.
Excellent.
There are the basic social and economic rights that everybody deserves just for the condition of human beings.
So it's a type. It's a way to refer to human rights.
Yes.
Yeah, just like the basics of human rights.
So what does E stand for? E.
Economic,
social and cultural
rights. Okay.
No, conditions,
economic, social, and conditions rights violations.
Excellent. Yeah, from there they just build up to cultural or medicinal or whatever goes
Excellent.
up.
Excellent.
But
so
like
it's not a covenant.
It's economic and social.
It's not a covenant. It's something that is abstract. It's not inserted or enshrined in a document. It's just an abstract concept. It's just as saying human rights, for instance.
It's related to the International Covenant or on ESC rights. No?
Okay. Okay. well, the thing is that according to Dr. Clement, ESC could be just human rights because it's economic, social, and cultural rights.
Yes.
It's not related to a covenant. Isn't it, Fabricio?
Yeah, there are, well, as I check on internet, it's just explained that for just the condition of being a human being, these economic, social, and cultural rights should be respected by every state, no matter what.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that it does not say that it comes from any kind of covenant or document or instrument. It's just human, it's saying human rights, because it's saying economic, social, and cultural rights. Okay, but the thing is that you have the Universal Declaration of Human Rights on the bottom of that, I think, isn't it? What do you think?
Sorry, I didn't hear you so well.
Okay, well, let's see. What is what remedies? Go back to remedies. What are remedies?
Could be a kind of protection or take
measures.
Measures. Yes, in fact, remedies is a very, very punctual legal English feature, and it means many things. But when you say remedies, you say reparaciones.
Right. Okay.
Se traduce. Reparaciones. ¿Cómo se repara? Many kinds of remedies. You may ask for remedies as regards money, a compensation, a money compensation, or you may ask for a compensation that is compound of a behavior. For instance, you need this to be painted, so you ask the judge to make a mandatory order to have this table painted, and the defendant has to pay for that. So remedies is not only compensations in money, but also compensations in a kind of behavior. Yes, it's I don't know el término. Yes, do you understand the idea or not? Remedies.
Yeah.
Consequences of daños y perjuicios.
Sorry?
Yes, remedies are consequences of injuries, daños y perjuicios. Those are remedies. Another term, yes, tell me.
A conviction or a sentence who I try to say that in English, que envía a alguien a la cárcel.
Okay, but it's not remedy.
It can be, is it a remedy?
No, because remedies are civil. They are civil and commercial. Civil and commercial.
Okay.
Conviction is a term, conviction and more or less victim also. There are terms related to criminal law.
Okay.
Remedies and injuries are more or less terms that are used in civil and commercial law.
Okay.
Okay, another term that you may see there is redress. Redress. I have seen that here. I don't find it now. But it's redressing or redress. Where is it? I cannot find it.
Online 6.
Online 6, 2, 4, 6. You know that my teacher in the IFSC used to say that the last thing that you learn in any language to master the language is to count in the language. So you may talk a lot in English, but you may say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6. So redress. So as highlighted throughout this guide, redress for ESC rights. Redress, what does redress mean for you?
It's like this kind of remedy. It's like
one kind of remedy.
Something.
Yes. What is redress?
Would it be like a sort of compensation?
Yes, it's once. The redress would be an umbrella term. It's an umbrella term. Redress, in Spanish, it means volver las cosas al estado anterior. That's statu quo ante in Latin. Redress, that's redress. Volver las cosas al estado anterior. To redress, to ask for redress. I I relate that with to dress, you know,
Yeah.
Me van a volver a vestir, redress.
Yes.
So you put the,
Ay, no lo encuentro.
in the 6th
line 6. Yeah.
redress for ESC rights. Redress is one way of covering an injury. You redress, you ask for redress, and you may seek for expressions because you cannot say I redress. No, you say you ask for redress. For instance, you claim for redress, or you claim for remedies. Yes, you cannot say I remedy. No, you say I claim for remedies.
Okay.
So your redress is that idea of volver las cosas al estado anterior. That's redress. Okay, that's the authentic material I wanted to show you. Then I will go back to my PPT because I have this one. Okay, the justice game. So I should have them here, show them about the justice game and the author. The justice game is the document that I sent you. It's a book, and the document has an author. The author is Geoffrey Robertson. I will stop recording, and I will do it again